right, we'd like to thank you for tuning into the World Boxing Review radio show again. After a great interview with Reggie Johnson, we bring Larry with the Rochester Boxing Hall of Fame, Lyautey, uh, onto the World Boxing Review radio show to make a special announcement. Welcome into the World Boxing Review radio show. Larry, how you doing up there in Rochester? Is there snow up there yet?
It snows on and off again. We get it, then it melts, and we get it again, and it melts. It's just how it goes this time of year.
Yeah. Hey, look, when I come up there to be Snowell.
It'd be freezing Snowell.
Yeah. But Larry, it's always great to have you in the Rochester Boxing Hall of Fame. Come on the World Boxing Review radio show. Y'all just had your inductees at 2024 back in October. But it seems that they have made some adjustments to the board. And I think the adjustments, they're saying that you moved up a couple notch from treasurer. So what is it, man? Tell the world about it so we can know about it. What's happening?
Well, we've had some adjustments with our board. We had an election in November, and we just kind of shuffled people around, and I was lucky enough to be elected as the president of the Rochester Boxing Hall of Fame, which I feel very honored to be in such a prestige position.
Well, hey, look, Larry, I want to say to you especially, man, the grand tour that you've been taking, you have been around the country like everywhere at these Boxing Hall of Fames I've been, you've been. So I know you've been pounding the payment, and your magic lies with your people ties, and you're tying in the right people to create mystical and magical things up there at the Rochester Boxing Hall of Fame. And Gino, is Gino still on there?
No, Gino passed away last September.
Last September. Okay, yes. Okay. That was last September. So who are the new members?
So, well, we just originally Theo Irwin was the sitting president, who was the vice president under Gino. He served out his term, and he actually is the one that nominated me for president.
Bless his heart.
He is. We switched roles. He is now the treasurer because he does a lot with the Rochester kids. He trains them, takes them to tournaments. So he wanted to take something that was a little less
demanding of his time.
A little less, so he could just do his thing and support the community in his way. That's what his calling. He always felt like his calling is to work with kids in the community, and that allows him to work more with the kids in the community.
Well, let me tell you, man, the great kids that I've seen from the Rochester area, boy, do they have personality. When you bring all of them kids up to the International Boxing Hall of Fame, those kids that are with you, I had the pleasure. You had me talk to them and some fighters and things like that. Boy, are they astute at listening and asking questions, Larry. So I say to you, man, keep up the good work what y'all are doing in the community.
Oh yeah, definitely. Also Mark Irwin is now the vice president, and it's funny because he's the vice president of the Rochester Boxing Hall of Fame, and he's the vice president of the Buffalo Boxing Hall of Fame. So he's wearing two shirts now.
Now say this again.
So Mark Irwin is now the vice president of the Rochester Boxing Hall of Fame, and he's also the vice president of the Buffalo Boxing Hall of Fame.
Boxing Hall of Fame. Okay. All right. Yeah, Tito, we're gonna in the chat room. Paul says hi. Hello, Larry. And Tito Ocasio.
Okay.
Yeah, he says hello, man. People are starting to see that you're on here, and they're starting to come into the chat room. Thank each one of you, Paul, and thanks for coming back on this special report. And Tito also. Tito, that grandson of yours, I'm glad that he's doing well. He had a little spurt in the hospital, but boy, is he something special, Tito's grandson. Yeah, I'm glad he's doing well.
Yeah,
But
definitely. I mean, prayers are a great thing. I saw your post on Facebook about that. It's great that things are, going on the up and up there.
yeah, absolutely. We try from time to time. People call us up because they know we reach out to people to uh, ask for prayers. So when we do that, we get a great response. But we like to let people know that prayer does change things, man, and people are thankful. He even made a little video and thanked everybody for praying for him. I said, this young man is really, really something, Larry.
It is, and I saw the video too. I mean, hey, I'm in Rochester, New York, so I mean, we hear about him all the way up here just through for your communication through Facebook, which is an awesome thing. I mean, who else knows? Just spread it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Tito says, man, Larry, uh, you're doing great things and keep up the good work and God bless you.
Oh, thank you,
That's what,
thank you,
yeah,
thank you.
yeah.
And we're all supporting our Olympians. They're out there in the trials right now and down there in LSU.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, last night, uh, Joseph Akawandi Jr.,
Mm-hmm.
he captured a national title.
Wow.
His father, I trained him when he was fighting. He's from Ghana.
Oh, wow.
Where from Accra, Ghana, same place where Zuma Nelson's from.
Oh, wow. Huh.
Yeah. So they live in Chicago now. His father's training him. Boy, is his father becoming a great trainer for all of those junior Olympics and national titles that his sons won. And I had the pleasure to speak with them uh, from time to time. And last night, before he went to the finals and stuff like that, I spoke with him in length. And I just like to thank them for just reaching out to me to give his son some words of encouragement and some tips to the trade on winning. And I like to thank him for winning that national title. He worked very, very hard to get that.
Definitely, definitely. That's a tough thing to do. You know what? I mean, unfortunately, none of our kids made it, that far this year. But I mean, we've got some really good talent here in Rochester, and it's tough too because I think you have expectations, and sometimes you forget they're just kids. They're kids learning a trade just like anybody else, and that they're there to win too. But that you got to take your losses and learn from them and move on.
Yeah, but the main thing is to compete. Compete
Yes.
helps you with a lot of things, and once you finish boxing, it teaches you how to deal with life. Sometimes it's for you, sometimes it's against you. But as long as you get in there and give it your best that you had at the time, you never know unless you try, and you learn from mistakes, and you try again, and you'll get somewhere.
Yes.
If you have the fortitude of never giving up and never giving in. And boy, the Rochester boxing Hall of Fames, with all the rest of these boxing Hall of Fames around the country, you're one of the longer reigning boxing Hall of Fames in the country, and it don't look like y'all are giving up and giving in. Y'all are at it. And
Yeah.
Larry, I want to thank you for doing that, preserving boxing history.
Well, thank you. It's an honor. It's an honor to be part of the Rochester Boxing Hall, and it's also a high honor to be named the president. And I really appreciate the people that voted for me and put me in this position. And I just look forward to going forward and keep it going. Just keep it going and keep reaching our community. The community. Without your base, you're nowhere. And if you don't, if your boxers don't support you and and your community doesn't support you, you've got nowhere to go. You know.
Absolutely. Now, does the Rochester Boxing Hall of Fame, Larry, still have membership? Aren't you
Yes.
membership driven? Okay, talk
Yes,
a
it's
little bit
membership
about
driven.
that.
So it's $20. It pays for your whole year, which starts in January. It covers you get a discount at our banquet. It's usually $10 to $20 discount for the banquet. And then we have two parties. We have a cookout on 4th of July weekend or the weekend before, depending on how busy everything is, schedule wise. And then we have our holiday party, which is actually next week.
Okay. Next
So
week.
you get
Talk
those
a
two
little
events
bit
for
about
free.
that, Larry. You're the new president, baby. Talk a little bit about the holiday party, man. Ho, 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 baby. In
Well,
the way. Jingo cash, jingo cash. We got to talk about it.
so we got the holiday party next weekend. It's at the Legion in Greece, which is located at 344 Dorsey Road. Starts at 12 and goes to 3 o'clock. Also, the Silver Gloves for this area is the same day. Weigh-in is in the morning. If you're a fighter and you want to get some carbs in you to bulk up, come over to the party at noon and we'll get you some sandwiches and some chips and get you on your way. I know Theo is bringing his kids over at noon, and I talked to Kevin Walker, and I think he's going to do a similar thing. Kevin Walker works with Charles the Natural Murray at his gym, and he trains
Yeah.
a lot of his kids. So they both have kids going to Silver Gloves next weekend.
Well, just for you, Larry, if you want, you can ask any of the young men that win or women that win the tournament is that we like to bring them on the World Boxing Review radio show, courtesy of the Rochester Boxing Hall of Fame, to get them some exposure.
Well, thank you, and I'll let them know. Also, I wanted to shoot a shout out to the kids that did compete down there for the Olympic trials, and we had Dustin Jimenez, great kid. I know I've mentioned before he was ranked number 1. I believe it was 140 or 142, and then Algeria Johnson, she's been doing great. I might mess her record up, but I believe she was 11-0 till she went to the Olympic trials. And if Jerry Johnson, if I messed your record up, I'm sorry, but that's what I know of from people, other boxing facilities in Rochester have told me that. And it just didn't work out. She won her first fight and lost her neck. So, and that was a very close fight. So, shout out to those two. And I know there was somebody else, but I just off the hand, I haven't met them. And I apologize that I'm not thinking of you, and you're from Rochester. So sorry.
Yeah. Hey, look, we'll line them up, and 1, 2, 3, we'll get them on. For the Rochester Boxing Hall of Fame, same way that you're on. We can line them right up. They come sit, tell who they are, what weight class, some of their dreams and inspiration. Then we'll bring the next one right down the line. Whoever wants to come on, man, courtesy of the Rochester Boxing Hall of Fame, Larry. Let me tell you something. You're something kind of special in what in my mind of you, Larry. I will never forget this as long as I live. Michael Spinks, Craig Hawk, the president of the Indiana Boxing Hall of Fame, Flo, you and Corey Spinks and us going to see a fight. Me, you, and Corey are in the back. And Corey starts cracking jokes about the Jack Johnson exhibit, and anybody hear the song, he starts making up his own words to the song, and he just had us laughing and rolling and laughing about all the guys. He said it's the first time I ever seen somebody get inducted and he bring everybody in his entourage to the podium to speak. I said, yeah, I know. I just didn't want nobody to be left out.
Yeah. Well, that's important as recognition. It's nice to get it. You don't ask for it. You give. You give without expecting, and you got to give with a servant's heart and give without expecting, and then you get rewarded for it. And those guys should be rewarded.
Yeah. So, Larry, as you as president, what can we look for from the Rochester Boxing Hall of Fame without spilling, your plans all the way out, but some of the things down the road that you're looking to do?
Well, we want to be more involved in our community. Obviously, we want to be more involved in the boxing community. Try different events. We're gonna sponsor. We have an amateur tournament on January 20th, which we're helping sponsor. And supply water, food, money for kids that need help going to tournaments. That's why we're around, man, for the public and for the community, for the boxing community, and for our community. That's my goal, is to get our name out there and to help people.
Yeah.
We're a
Now,
non-for-profit.
you are a 501(c)(3), is that correct?
Correct. We are a 501(c). We're a non-for-profit. And we give a scholarship away once a year. This year we gave it to Dustin Jimenez. It's what we do.
Wow. That's a beautiful thing, giving back to the community at large. So Larry, in closing, what do you want to say to the people about Rochester Boxing Hall of Fame? Where can they donate money? When's the dinners and all of that kind of stuff like that?
Well, right now, again, our holiday party is next weekend from 12 to 3 at the Legion in Greece. It's 344 Dorsey Road, or you can just Google Legion in Greece. It's the only one that comes up. You can come out and meet us. It'd be great to meet you. And, we have our event. Usually it's in October where we bring in award nominees and we elect people into the Rochester Boxing Hall of Fame. It's a great time. And then, of course, in the summertime, we have our summer picnic, which is usually around the 4th of July. And, go to our website, RochesterBoxingHallOfFame.com. It's all, just type in Rochester Boxing Hall of Fame and it'll come up. And, you can donate there. You can become a member there. And then when our banquet comes around again, you can also buy tickets for our banquet through our website. It tells a little bit more about us and our mission statement, and everything else you need to know is right there. And you can also go to our Facebook page on Facebook. It's the one that has a picture of the people that were award honorees at our banquet this year.
Wow.
The other one is the old page, and unfortunately Gino passed away, and it's still there. But I'm working on transitioning the stuff out of there into ours, and it's a process. So
yes, it is. It's always a process when things like that happen. Yeah. So when's your pick for 2024? I guess it would be.
Usually February, March, we start going over names and people that we feel that should be honored at our banquet, and we'll start then. And it's it's a process, and I'll let you know when we get it. When we get a class knocked down or ready to go, and we can go on and we can discuss who we nominated.
Okay, absolutely. That's always a jewel. But look, Larry, great thing for you to come on and break this news on the World Boxing Review radio show. You got it right here from Larry Lyautey. Is it
Lyautey?
Lyautey. French.
Yeah,
not Italian. French.
If I had a hockey jersey, it would start here and go all the way over here.
But Larry, you're a jewel when it comes to what you do, and we want to thank you for doing it for the people, man. And that's how you make it. Your magic lies with your people ties, and you're tied in with a lot of right people, and you create magical and mystical things, man, in the community of Rochester, man. Thank you so much.
Yep, thank you.